what the hell happened like, because all I remember was I was doing my review of The Howling, and then all I remember is I just kind of blacked out, and I just woke up here. Don't feel so good. Maybe drinking some water. So what is next on the itinerary? Let's see. Oh. Okay. So, we're doing another werewolf movie then, I guess. 2 werewolf movies in 1 month. Okay. I guess I'll reintroduce myself like I do in every video. Hello everyone, Joshua Myers here, and welcome back to another 31 Days of Howling review series. And today, we're going to be continuing on towards the spookiest time of the year, and that is with my review of the 1981 classic horror comedy, American Werewolf in London from 1981.
Take it from Wolfman Jack, the critics and I agree. This is the most outrageous horror film that you'll ever see, because David is having the most frightening nightmares of his life.
I think I did some terrible things last night, things I can't remember.
It may have been someone he ate. From the director of Animal House, a different kind of animal. An American Werewolf in London, rated R.
Now playing in a selected theater near you. Check your local newspaper for listing.
American Werewolf in London stars David Naughton, Jenny Agutter, Griffin Dunne, John Woodfine, and is directed by John Landis. The plot of American Werewolf in London is that David Kessler and Jack Goodman arrive in northern England
for a walking tour. One night, a beast attacks them, and thus killing Jack. Weeks later, Jack returns to warn David that their assaultant that night was a werewolf, and that David is now the last of the werewolves. Now, before I get into this review, I would like to say is that I have already reviewed this movie just like I did with The Howling. I reviewed it over on my main channel, Blood Moon Productions, years ago when I first watched it. And yeah, I just want to kind of revisit this movie. And last night, me and my brother Kristen watched this movie, and it was his first time watching it because he's not much into horror. But I was like, I want to watch some spooky stuff with him, but maybe, horror comedies perhaps. So we started off this October with American Werewolf in London, and yeah, we had a great time. He personally thought the film was okay, and for me, I love this film. That's the one thing you're going to hear a lot in this review, is that I love it. Now, whether or not I think it's better than The Howling or not, I don't know. Something that could be saved for a video itself, like which is better, The Howling or American Werewolf in London, because they came out both in the same year. Both werewolf films, both with great special effects, both with different tones. The Howling is much more of a serious horror movie than something like American Werewolf in London, which goes for a more comedic approach. Still has some terrifying scenes in this movie though, so one of these days I might do a video about that. So let's move on to my overall thoughts. I really dug the story in this. It just starts out with a group of friends, David and Jack, 2 Americans who actually are traveling across England, traveling across the UK, and one night they get attacked by some kind of creature. To us, we know it's a werewolf, but to Jack and David, they had no idea what it is. It could be like a big dog or something like that. And then the beast kills Jack, and David winds up in a London hospital where he meets a doctor and a nurse, which the nurse kind of takes care of David, and they start to form a romantic connection with each other. And David starts to see visions or whatever. Visions or, sightings of his dead friend Jack, who has come to warn him about the upcoming danger that in the next couple days during the full moon he'll transform into a monster. I really dug the story of that, and I dug these characters. I like the character of David, played by David Naughton. He is very likable, and you do feel sorry for him in regards to what is about to happen to him and what he's going to do to others. I also do like at the beginning you see the friendship between David and Jack. I like that, and to the point where it's kind of heartbreaking for both David and the viewers about, what happened to Jack. And then David starts to see the corpse of Jack kind of appear to him to warn him, and that it is kind of unsettling, but also kind of funny too, because there's some funny moments there, the banter between them. And again, I also do like the romantic subplot between David and Nurse Alex, played by Jenny Agutter. Like, if I'm not mistaken, Jenny Agutter was also in the original Child's Play, who played Aunt Maggie, who gets killed by Chucky in the opening of the film. I thought that was cool to see, somebody from Child's Play in this movie. And you know what? I honestly like her better in American Werewolf in London than I did in Child's Play. And that's because I got to see more of her performance, and plus I think she played a bit more of a likable character in this as Alex than as Aunt Maggie in Child's Play. So, I also like the main doctor, Dr. Kirsch, played by John Woodvine. I thought, because he's not a villain, even though he's unsure about David's claim that he was attacked by, but he actually does try to investigate the whole attack, all that stuff, because something does seem a bit off, and try to represent David in that. And you can tell he does care about his patient with that and everything, and yeah, he does, he even visits the England town where David and Jack were attacked that night, go to the pub, the Slaughtered Lamb, which, by the way, I love that sign, the Slaughtered Lamb sign. I've seen people make replicas of that sign, and I've seen replicas in general, which if I see a replica of that sign for a decent price, I will pick it up and put it somewhere, maybe on the door over there, the Slaughtered Lamb sign. That'd be kind of cool. I really dug the character. Another thing I dug was the comedy. I thought it was funny, especially in some scenes. It was pretty hilarious. I also felt like it balanced the horror and comedy pretty well, which, by the way, even the horror is done pretty well. There are certain jump scares that I'm like there was one time there was a jump scare even when I was watching it with my brother last night, where I've seen this movie a few times, and it's there's one that's got me actually pretty good. There's some sequences David has these recurring nightmares. Essentially, signs that he's going to turn into a werewolf and everything, and they just get weirder and more scary. And the weirdest one to me is the one where you see David apparently at his home with his sister, his family, mom and dad. And someone's knocking at the door. His dad opens the door, and it's these kind of
All right already.
I have no idea what the hell these things are. They're like some type of militia werewolves or something like that comes in and starts shooting up. Everybody starts burning the house and everything like that, and then you think the dream is all over, and then nope, the dream is still going. And it's just by the time when David actually does wake up from the dream, he's
holy shit,
you said it, pal. Because it's that's probably the reaction a lot of people have whenever they see that scene. And by the way, I started watching Shudder's Top 100 Scariest Horror Movie Moments series. I started watching that, and surprisingly, that moment was pretty low on the list. It was within the first episode, so yeah, I was kind of surprised by that moment was that low on the list. Let's also talk about another positive I have, and that is the practical effects. Every single effect, for the most part, is really good. In fact, this film was actually the film that was responsible for creating the best visual effects awards at the Oscars. And special effects artist Rick Baker, who worked on the effects for this film, was the first person to ever win said award. So this is kind of like film history in that regard, or I guess in this case Oscar history, because it was the film that created that award. I think at the time it was one of the few horror movies that actually did won a good award at the Oscars. So it's kind of film history in that regard. Honestly, there is a reason why it won for best visual effects at the time, and even still to this day, because even my brother Christian, when he watched it, he would give credit that the special effects, the practical effects, are damn good in this movie. And it's like whenever I see films like this or whatever, I'm like, I wish I could be able to do that for my films. Great effects like that. That'd be awesome. Also too, I really dug the pacing of this film. This film clocks in at 1 hour and 36 minutes, and it does feel like that. It doesn't overstay its welcome, but it also, I just love the overall pacing of this film. One thing I'm rather mixed on is how they choose to end the film, and that is very abrupt. And without getting into any spoilers, there's this kind of emotional moment. And then it just, shit hits the fan, and then it just erupts. It's abrupt end. And I'm like, and then it starts playing some crazy music, it's bum 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 bum, whatever. It's was that supposed to be funny? Was that supposed to be a funny thing? It's oh, we have this really dramatic, intense, even emotional moment of the film, the kind of height of the climax, if you will, of the film, and then it just abruptly ends, and then just plays this kind of goofy, upbeat music at the end during the end credits. It's I guess in that way it is kind of funny. But that's it for things I'm rather mixed on, and honestly I don't have anything that I absolutely hate in this film, so let's move on to my rating. So with that said, I'm going to give American Werewolf in London a 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely love this film. Now, do I think this is better than, The Howling, which came out the same year? I don't know. It's something I would have to watch back and forth and to determine that. Maybe one of these days I'll do that, and one of these days I'll do a video talking about which is better, in my opinion, either The Howling or American Werewolf in London. If you guys want to see me do that kind of video, I will do that more than likely. And before you guys go, if you like this video, be sure to hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Every like and subscribe helps out, so be sure to hit those 2 buttons. Also too, down in the comments below, what do you think of American Werewolf in London? Do you love it, hate it, somewhere in between? And also too, which film do you think is better? Do you think American Werewolf is a better werewolf movie of 1981, or do you think American Werewolf, or do you think The Howling is the better werewolf movie of 1981? Just share your thoughts in the comments below, and be civil about it. And that's it for this review. Thank you guys for watching, and